With regard to the forensic fluid, she's testing positive for THC.
It was your testimony that Ms. Marsh has made significant, substantial progress on her treatment plan, correct?
Yes.
Are you asking for a dual order today so that the kids could be returned home before the next hearing?
No.
Why not?
I haven't discussed that with my supervisor.
And we don't want to push this too fast. When they return home, we want them to stay home. All right, good morning. This is the matter of SM, AM, and RM, case numbers 25-51312NA through 25-51314NA. Present in the virtual courtroom, we have mother. Oh no, I'm sorry.
Yes.
We have foster parent. Let's see. Oh, yes, we do have mother. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Mother, Ms. Thompson. We have her attorney, Ms. Newhouse. We have father's attorney, Ms. Ortega. Children's attorney, Ms. Coletti. Various agency workers and the Vanderlons, who are the CASAs in this case, as well as foster parent is also present. Ms. Coletti.
Thank you. I would call Rachel Hiltz.
Would you raise your right hand, please? Would you state your name and spell it for the record?
Rachel Hiltz, RachelHiltz.
Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give in this matter is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, I do.
Thank you. Ms. Coletti.
Ms. Hiltz, you are employed by Catholic Charities West Michigan,
Yes.
and you are currently the foster care caseworker for the children.
Yes.
And for today's hearing, then you prepared several reports.
Yes, an addendum.
Okay, Your Honor, I will list them and move through admission all at the same time.
All right.
Exhibit 1 is the addendum dated 8/6. Exhibit 2 is the Network 180 progress report for Ms. Marsh. Exhibit 3 is the forensic fluids for Ms. Marsh. And Exhibit 4 is the CASA report prepared by the Vanderlons.
Any objection?
No objection.
No objection, Your Honor. Thank you.
All right. They're admitted.
Thank you. All right, so for this reporting period, SM, AM, and RM have remained in their care of their paternal grandmother,
Yes, that's correct.
and they're doing very well there. All their needs are being met.
Yes, they are.
SM has continued with counseling, I believe, every 2 weeks.
Yes.
And we don't have a report from her counselor. That's Montcalm Care Network.
I do not.
Okay. Do they give you a verbal report?
I've made attempts to contact her, but I haven't had any response.
Okay.
I'm going to interrupt just a moment. We just had a Samsung phone join us. Would that person please identify themselves for the record? You need to unmute.
Tim Marsh.
Okay. Thank you.
Sorry.
I'll ask Ms. Van Uller to rename you. Sorry about that. Ms. Coletti.
Thank you. But from a meeting with SM, she appears to be doing well with that level of counseling.
Yes.
Okay. And she's gaining some skills with that.
Yes, she has.
Okay. AM, I believe, stopped counseling. She's achieved all her goals and she was discharged as no longer needing counseling.
That's correct.
Okay. Do we have a final report from that counselor?
I do not.
Okay. But they gave you a verbal that she had achieved all her goals?
Yes.
Okay. And Ms. Grandmother and mother know how to seek services if they need to re-engage with counseling for AM?
Yes.
Okay. And RM, he's also in counseling or was in counseling?
Yeah, I believe he's down to once a month now.
Okay. And no report from that counselor either?
No.
But he's down to once a month because that's was determined that he could have a step down in the level of counseling needed?
Yes.
All right. So with regard to mental health, the children are getting the services they need?
They are. Yes.
And none of them are on medications at this time?
No.
Any updates on their medical or dental?
They're all up to date on medical. They are all due for dental. There was just some kind of struggle with getting their x-rays from one dentist to the other just because of the travel time and distance. Grandma switching them out, and there was some struggle getting those x-rays, but that has been resolved. And as soon as the new dentist gets those x-rays, they're going to get the kids scheduled. It should be any time now.
Okay, very good. School's going to be starting soon?
I believe at the end of August.
End of August, okay. And the children are all going to progress to the next grade and no concerns or problems there?
Yes, no concerns.
Okay. If since the goal is reunification, if the children are returned to mother, will they continue in the same school?
I believe they would transfer to Sparta just because of the distance, but I mean, I've talked to the kids about that and they don't have a problem with that.
Okay. As it relates to visits, though, the children are still having supervised and unsupervised with Ms. Marsh?
They're having supervised still.
Okay. How do those visits go?
They're going really well, actually. We've extended the visits. We actually were just going to do a very long extended visit yesterday, but Miss Marsh's father had some medical issues and we were unable to follow through with that visit, unfortunately.
Okay. So is that going to be rescheduled or is that just considered missed? She gave you notice that she wasn't able to make it, correct?
Yeah, we'll reschedule that for sure.
And the children understood?
Yeah.
Okay. Are they asking to see their grandfather in the hospital, or
I believe so, yes.
is that something that you would review with grandmother Beth Marsh?
I think we'll try to figure something out for sure.
Okay.
I know they're really close with their grandfather, so.
Okay. Anything else then as it relates to the children?
No, not at this time.
All right. Since the kids are doing well in visits, you were talking about expanding them with mother,
Yes, that's correct.
and she's actively working on her treatment plan.
She is. Yeah,
She reduced the majority of her barriers.
she has.
With the Network 180 progress report, she'll continue in that counseling,
She will.
and she's getting all the supports she needs.
Yes.
Okay. With regard to the forensic fluid, she's testing positive for THC. Have you visited the home and make sure that the marijuana is in a secure lockbox so the children don't have access to it?
Yes.
Okay. And if she does use with the children, she will have a sober caregiver?
Yes.
Okay. Did she identify who that sober caregiver would be?
I mean, she has a partner that lives in the home and just not using it around the kids.
Okay. What areas does Ms. Marsh need to continue to work on?
I mean, I think as long as she continues on the path she's on, she's doing great. We did discuss doing family therapy, which I think would be great. That's kind of our next step moving forward.
That would be inclusive with Beth because she's such a strong support with the children, and they would work on repairing their relationship as well.
Yes.
Okay. So that family therapy would include grandmother Marsh, mother, and the children?
Yes.
Okay. Has that counselor been identified yet?
It would be her current counselor, Sarah.
Oh, okay. Anything else as it relates to mother?
Not at this time.
All right. Do you have a target date for when you think you'll start the unsupervised visits?
I'm not really sure. I'm hoping like soon. We were trying to like extend the visits and see how those go, and that was scheduled for yesterday, but that didn't happen. So,
Are you maybe we want things to calm down a bit while she's having issues, taking care of her father, visiting her father. Just maybe take it slowly.
yeah, we were gonna have. I mean, we did a whole safety plan with Grandpa, and he was going to be supervising visits, and so we got to revisit how we're going to go about that, having an extended visit. So,
Very good. With regard to Mr. Marsh, he is not actively working a treatment plan, but he is visiting the children,
yes,
and visits are appropriate.
yes,
So he's not reduced his barriers, but visits aren't at risk to the children. It still benefits the children to see their dad.
yes.
Okay. Did he want to sign a non-participation agreement, or is he just happy and plugging along the way he's doing?
He did not want to sign a non-participation. No.
Okay. But he sees the kids, I believe, on weekends and supervised, and that's enough for the children. That's enough to maintain their bond and relationship.
I believe so. He did have an extended visit on August 2nd, like at a family reunion type situation. And that went very well.
Okay. Anything else as it relates to father?
I mean, him being more engaged would be great.
So the main thing is his communication and not working services.
Yeah, I haven't had an opportunity to speak with him that much. And I would like to be able to work with him and help figure out what the barriers are. It just hasn't happened.
Okay. Thank you. What are your recommendations?
My recommendation are that SM, AM, and RM remain temporary court wards in out-of-home placement with an approved relative or licensed foster home. Ms. Marsh and Mr. Marsh comply with and benefit from their parent agency treatment plan. Their parenting time be supervised or unsupervised at the discretion of the agency. And a review hearing be held in 90 days.
Thank you. I have no other questions.
Ms. Glady, this is a PPH.
Oh, I apologize. Thank you. Ms. Marsh, sorry, Ms. Hiltz, has either parent made sufficient progress that the children could be returned to a parent without risk to their health, education, or physical well-being?
I believe Ms. Marsh has, yes. She's getting there.
Okay, but not sufficient for today.
Not today, no.
Okay. And is termination in the children's best interest?
No, not at this time.
And does the current placement provide reasonable, prudent parenting time
Yes,
for their ages?
yes,
And both parents are being offered parent agency treatment plans that address barriers and allow them to work toward reunification?
yes.
Thank you. I have no other questions then.
Thank you. Ms. Newhouse.
Thank you. So the family therapy that you're referring to would be through Network 180. I see at the bottom of their progress report, first page.
Yes.
Okay, so they've been a great assistance to Ms. Marsh with providing and kind of being what we used to call wraparound, but they're providing a lot of services, so she doesn't have to go to different organizations, right?
Yes, that's correct.
Okay, and obviously her therapist is very supportive and attending with her today, correct?
Yes.
All right, and she's the author of the Network 180 report that went in regarding Ms. Marsh's progress, right?
Yes.
So define soon, unsupervised to begin soon, because we had a TDM or a FI family, I don't know what, we had a meeting with all of us a while back, weeks ago, and it was gonna happen soon and still hasn't happened. So please define soon. When is unsupervised gonna start?
So I was looking at we were gonna do this extended visit yesterday and see how that goes. Check in with the kids, make sure they're feeling okay, because we all talked about letting the children lead this. And I think after that visit, we can try an unsupervised visit. After an extended visit, check in with the kids, make sure things are still going well. That was my plan.
And I mean, I know that my client and I aren't trying to push return today or anything like that, but it was your testimony that Ms. Marsh has made significant, substantial progress on her treatment plan, correct?
Yes.
So are you asking for a dual order today so that the kids could be returned home before the next hearing?
No.
Why not?
I haven't discussed that with my supervisor, so I don't know what that would be like. I think that just going forward with unsupervised visits and seeing how those go is important.
For 3 months?
I mean, at this point, yeah, that's how I'm feeling.
Well, wouldn't you like the discretion, if we're moving along, to get the children into their maybe new schools as soon as possible?
Yeah, I think that would be important.
And then lastly, the father, we don't know if he is under the influence of drugs during these visits. Is that right?
I haven't screened him, so I don't know.
Because he refuses, right?
Correct.
But we're giving him extended visits, even though we don't know his condition during these visits?
I'm not giving him extended visits. He had one visit that lasted a couple of hours because it was a family function that Beth asked, that she just requested. And as long as they were being supervised, I didn't see a concern with it. He hasn't done anything concerning around the kids.
I understand that, but the substance abuse is the reason this case came in to begin with, right?
Correct.
And your addendum says that he had an extended supervised visit on 8/2/2026. You're saying that was authorized because it was supervised?
Yeah.
Okay, and there's no need to test him, require him to be tested before he gets unlimited, even supervised access to the kids?
I mean, it wasn't unlimited or unsupervised. So,
Okay, just checking. Thank you. Nothing further.
Ms. Ortega?
Thank you, Your Honor. Ms. Hiltz, did you remind Mr. Marsh of the hearing today?
I believe he was aware of it.
Okay, how do you know he was aware of it?
I mean, we've texted back and forth, so he knew when the next hearing date was.
Okay, that's what I'm asking. Did you
Yeah.
texted him about the hearing today?
Yes.
Okay. And has he ever asked to drug test? Have he asked you to take a drug test?
He's asked me, and I have asked him to give me a time and date when he's available because he lives an hour away and I just don't want to show up there and him not be available. He hasn't given me any specific time, day, or anything like that. He doesn't schedule anything with me.
Okay. And is he able to come to you? Is that, I mean, I would assume you would say, yeah, come in this time, this day, and you can test.
I've offered that to him, that he could come into the office, yes.
Okay. And does he have a barrier to coming to you, and that's why you're trying to set up to go to him?
He hasn't expressed barriers to coming in. He just hasn't agreed to come in.
Okay. And it sounds like from testimony questions asked by Attorney Newhouse, he's asked to drug test prior to parenting times?
I don't know that he has had said to me, come and drug test me. It wasn't like prior to a parenting time. I'm confused by the question, I guess.
Yep. I'm sorry, my question could go either way. Somebody has asked him to drug test before the parenting time. Is somebody ready, willing at the parenting times to test him then?
Not specifically, no.
Okay,
Not like prior
that's
to his parenting times are typically on a Sunday or a Saturday, so the agency isn't open to test him.
okay. So because there was testimony when you were asked the question, I don't think you said it, but that he refuses them, but he's not offered them when he goes to parenting times.
No, not specifically at parenting times. He's just refused to screen for the agency when
I
we've met
see.
with them.
Okay, all right. And then you've met with him in person and asked, and he's refused?
That's correct.
Okay. When's the last time you met with him in person?
I believe it was sometime in June. I don't recall the specific date.
Okay. Do you have to go out there, or does he come to you?
I have to drive out there.
Okay. All right. But he's since asked then to drug screen, but you have not connected with scheduling, it sounds like.
That's correct. I think that he is confused. It's my impression that he thinks that if he drug screens once, he's free and clear, and that's not how this works.
Do you have him? You don't have him on colors or anything right now?
No, I don't think. I think that that's probably part of the problem is there isn't first he's refusing to drug screen, and then there's no location that's very accessible to where he lives. So
Sure. Okay. All right. And I sort of didn't fully flesh out. So the worker, is it a worker that's supervising on the weekends, or is it his mother, Miss Marsh?
his mother does.
Okay. So there's no way to necessarily drug screen him at that point. But as far as you know, visits had not had to been stopped by his behavior or anything.
No, he's been great with the kids.
Okay. Children report that they like seeing their dad.
They do, yeah.
Okay. All right. With substances, I note that I believe both parents had issues with drug of choice more than THC. Is that true? I can't recall if it's meth or cocaine.
I don't recall when the last screen for Mr. Marsh was completed or who it was completed by. So I don't really feel like I can answer that fairly, but
Sure. Well, I'll ask it this way. It sounds like you're not requiring the parents to be fully substance free because THC screens seem to be okay for Ms. Marsh.
yeah.
Okay. All right. No further questions. Thank you.
Ms. Coletti, any follow-up?
No, Your Honor.
Ms. Newhouse, any follow-up?
No, Your Honor.
Ms. Coletti, any additional witnesses?
No, Your Honor.
Ms. Newhouse, any witnesses?
No, Your Honor.
Ms. Ortega, any witnesses?
No, Your Honor, thank you.
Statements? Ms. Coletti?
Thank you, Your Honor. I did not have an opportunity to visit the children. I was planning to see them yesterday at a visit, and then it got canceled. So I will visit with them and then send the form to the court after I visited them. But overall, I'm pleased by the reports. It appears mother is doing well. The children are doing well. I would ask that we not enter a dual order at this time, only because I don't want to overwhelm the children or mother if she's dealing with her father being ill or recovering from being in the hospital. Overall, I think I would encourage father to get more involved. I'm pleased that he's got a good relationship with the children, but he's not really doing anything to rectify what caused the children to come into care. And I think if even if we could screen during his visits at his mother's home, they wouldn't be random. We really need to have non-random tests. I know THC is legal in Michigan. I don't think it's a great thing to use, even when not around the children, but I respect the wishes of Ms. Marsh if she wants to use it, and if Ms. Hiltz doesn't think it's an issue. So at this point, Your Honor, I support the recommendation to continue supervised or unsupervised at the agency's discretion for mother, supervised for father, and I would ask you to adopt the recommendations.
Thank you. Ms. Newhouse?
Thank you. Well, I just want to state that, first of all, Ms. Coletti's been a great LGAL for the children. I disagree with the recommendation. Everything is ripe for a dual order here. I don't understand why we're not progressing and moving forward, especially with the unsupervised. We met, like I said, weeks ago regarding letting the children take the lead, because we certainly want to defer to, how they feel comfortable and things with visits with their mother, and things have gone fantastically, and now to drag our feet. And I'm worried about the word soon. When's soon going to happen? It doesn't even sound like unsupervised, unsupervised is going to start soon, whenever that is. But I think this case is ripe for a dual order, as the judge is well aware. We don't have to utilize a dual order in return, but it's there and available. We'd be able to get like one of our reunification organizations in the home prior to next hearing. I don't understand the reluctance to get a dual order in this matter, especially when the testimony on the permanency planning questions was mother's made significant, substantial progress on the case, which is what we're always looking for. This isn't the first review that we've had significant progress. We had that last time as well. And part of a permanency planning hearing is, what are we doing? Where are we moving and how fast are we going? And like I said, I don't want to put too much on the children, but it sure seems like they're at a place now where we could start looking at return home within the next 3 months. And I don't want to gripe too much about the father, but it does seem like a double standard that my client's doing everything and he does nothing. He actually has gotten longer visits than she has with her children, and she's substantially complying with the treatment plan. Granted, they're supervised, but to me, if there was so much of a risk with my client, knowing where she was at and what she was doing, he hasn't complied and hasn't done anything. And I do think that that's a major risk to the children. And I do believe that the grandmother is doing her best to supervise. I have no reason to not believe that, but I would just put that out there. I think he should be tested. I think we should know what substances he's under the influence for, and work with that as well, because ultimately we're all here for the children and what's in their best interest. Thank you.
Thank you. Ms. Ortega?
Thank you, Your Honor. The recommendations appear to be appropriate at this time. I would speak to that issue of why they're a double standard. I'll remind the court that this case came into care due to mother's behaviors. This is one of those where fathers then were outlined because we're looking at both parents, but father did not actually do something to bring CPS involvement in the case into care. So I think that that's why there may be some lacks there. That being said, I do appreciate, I do agree that like a color system would be, given the distance that Mr. Marsh is from the services, would be difficult to achieve. However, I agree that a random test, a couple of them, just to see, get a baseline for services, because it doesn't sound like safety with the children appears to be an issue or a concern at this time, but something where Ms. Hilt reaches out to Mr. Marsh at the beginning of a certain day and says, tell me what time to meet you today, and then Mr. Marsh would have to comply and meet her and take that test, otherwise it's a positive. And so that something like that, I think, on a random type basis for a couple of them would be appropriate, just to see, are there concerns, and then the plan for him can be better developed. But I do think the distance and some transportation issues has been the reason for some of the delay in his participation. But otherwise, the recommendations appear appropriate. Thank you.
All right, thank you. The court will find conditionally that the lawyer guardian ad litem has complied with the requirements of the statute, and that's on the condition that the court does receive the form that verifies that she has seen the children within a week or so. That returning the children today would cause a substantial risk of harm to the children's life, physical health, or mental well-being. That the agency should not initiate proceedings to terminate parental rights to the children because mother is making substantial progress. That reasonable efforts have been made to preserve and reunify the family, make it possible for these children to safely return home. Reasonable efforts for reunification should be continued. That in accordance with the statute, progress towards alleviating or mitigating the conditions that cause the children to be placed or remain in temporary foster care has been made by Ms. Thompson, but has not been made by Mr. Marsh. That the children's continued placement is necessary and appropriate, is meeting the children's needs. The needs of the children can be met in a foster family home. That reasonable efforts have been made to finalize the court-approved permanency plan of return to a parent for these children. That the permanency planning goal continues to be appropriate. That the department foster home or institutional placement has made or has followed the reasonable and prudent parenting standards, and the children have had regular opportunities to engage in age or developmentally appropriate activities. These siblings are in joint placement, thank goodness. The court orders that the children continue in the protective and temporary custody of the court, continue their placement with the department for care and supervision. That the adjudicated respondents, Mr. and Ms. Marsh, comply with and benefit from the case service plan. Continue the order that parents sign any necessary releases. That parenting time of Ms. Marsh, that the department has the discretion to allow unsupervised or supervised parenting time by its designee. Parenting time of Mr. Marsh is to be supervised until further order of the court. That continue the attorneys in this matter, and I just would inform the parties there is a court rule that does allow children to be returned home if that seems appropriate before our next review hearing. The court can move the review hearing up, but the agency can also return the children home with a 7-day notice to allow anyone to object to that return without a court order. So I guess everybody keeps saying the children really are in control here, and I believe everybody's agreed that that's how we need to move forward. And there have been some hiccups here, including most recently with their grandfather, and we don't want to push this too fast. When they return home, we want them to stay home. And if that takes a little bit longer, then it takes a little bit longer. I'll continue the attorneys in this matter, and Ms. Van Miller, do we have a date for a review hearing in 3 months?
Yes, that date would be October 29th at 9 a.m. via Zoom.
And I think that should be a permanency planning hearing as well.
Your Honor, I have 2 hearings. I have one at 9 and one at 9:30 that morning with referee
Okay.
Kessler.
Okay.
I could do 10.
We have 10 available.
I can do 10.
I can as well.
Okay.
Wonderful. Thank you so much.
So I'm sorry, it was October what?
October 29th at 10 a.m. via Zoom.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. We're adjourned. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.